Hi there. This is Michael. This is my PIDP 3250 Instructional Strategies Assignment 4, Set 44, Post-Test Analysis by me, Michael Felgner. And if you're wondering why I'm laughing, because I just recorded this with the microphone on mute. And when I went to play it back, it was just me with my gum flapping and nothing happened. So I'm having to redo this again. So, student engagement technique 44, post-test analysis, primary mode is for the individual. Activity focus, analyzing and writing. Duration of the activity, a single session or single test. Online transferability high. Description and purpose. This is a two-step process that assists learners to develop a better awareness of their test preparing and test taking skills. The post-test analysis is a tool for developing metacognitive awareness and self-regulation. Step 1. After taking an exam, but before submitting it for grading, learners predict their score, list their study strategy, rate their effort, and identify what was easy about and what was difficult about the exam they just took. Step 2. When learners have received their final grade for that test, learners are asked to write about their emotional responses to the score and compare to their prediction. Then to analyze each exam question for the thinking skills required, such as recall, application, and analysis, as well as the source of the question, the textbook, lecture, or homework assignment. That's the easy part. Now, this is the hard part. This set requires the instructor to invest significant time to design an effective test and to set up a structure for students to do the post-test analysis. This set should be used early in the term to allow students to apply what they have learned to subsequent exams. What does metacognitive awareness mean? So, metacognition is the awareness of one's thinking and the strategies one is using. In other words, thinking about your thinking. It enables students to become more mindful of what they're doing or learning and why, and of how these skills they're learning might be used differently in different situations. What are examples of metacognition? Examples of metacognitive activities include planning, how to approach a learning task, using appropriate skills and strategies to solve a problem, monitoring one's own comprehension of text, self-assessing and self-correcting in response to the self-assessment, evaluating progress towards completion of a task. Metacognitive skills are generally divided into two types. 1, self-assessment, the ability to assess one's own cognition, and 2, self-management, the ability to manage one's cognitive development. Successful adult learners use a range of metacognitive skills, and effective teachers attend to the development of these skills. And that's, in my view, one of the key elements. There's a role for the student, there's a role for the teacher or instructor. So effective teachers attend to the development of these skills. This is the definition of metacognitive skills. Metacognitive skills are necessary to understand how it was performed. I'll just let you read that. Basically, the control an autonomous learner exerts over his learning demonstrates his capacity to take control of his own learning. There are wonderful metacognitive awareness tools. There is the Metacognitive Awareness Inventory. So I'll try not to put this in front of the microphone this time. So there's this wonderful inventory, and it has multiple pages, and it lists a whole range of questions. This particular one is just a whack of questions, but I ask myself periodically if I'm meeting my goals. I consider several alternatives to a problem before I answer. I try to use strategies that have worked in the past. I pace myself while learning in order to have enough time. And the list goes on and on and on. But here are a list of 10. Metacognitive Awareness Inventory, Pre-Assessment, Self-Assessment, Think Alouds for Metacognition, Concept Mapping and Visual Study Tools, Classroom Assessment Tools, metacognitive note-taking skills, reflective writing, which is something we're all familiar with, wrappers, and retrospective post-test assessment, or post-assessment. Here are my references. I will copy these and put them into my submission, so you can click on them if you wanted to and just search them. And there you go. That's it. And Creative Commons license. All rights reserved. Thank you very much. Michael, over and out.